The reason I'm doing this video right here is I want a lot of people to know that a lot of things people do to get in trouble inside of prison has to do with them being stressed out. When you got that time on your shoulder and they give you them numbers, you don't know how to, cope with it. You're going to find yourself getting into trouble, fights, cracking people with locks, whatever it is. So for this video here, I'm going to break it down and let y'all know the things that I used to do to try to keep me from being so stressed when I was locked up. But I'm also going to let y'all know what I used to do when I couldn't take it and the stress got the best of me. So let's do it. Same time of the week, let it be there. Have my people send a message, make sure that it's there. Time for me to collect, bring the shit over here, cause you can tell them my face, don't make me come over there. I'll run up in your room, put my shank in your neck, swear to God I wet you up, better show me respect. I'm hitting licks like nut, break bread with dogs. Putting on for each side, Davey, this K-fraud, it's a robbery. Heard what I said, I got some names I won't say. Most of them dead, for that tunch you get there's a press on your head. Take the shit out your locker, throw it all on my bed. You got a daughter back you up, I don't care what you click. 2 lockers to fit both y'all shit. See me in the cut jamming, smoking the rip, getting tatted with the money that your people are sent. See on the streets I would've bust you, but in prison I come cut you. What's up, y'all? You already know, man. K-Fraud TV back in the building. Y'all go ahead and do me that solid favor, man. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe button, and also make sure you hit the notification bell so you can see it first. Welcome back, y'all. Today I'm going to be talking about scenarios and things you can do in order to keep yourself out of trouble when you were locked up due to stress. Okay? I wanted to do this video because I've been, keeping count in the comment section of how many people ask me for certain things. And when I see that a lot of people are aiming at a certain topic, I decide, you know what, it's about time I drop a video so I can answer y'all, you know what I'm saying? And when you find yourself locked up, stress can get the best of you. Take it from me. I'm somebody that knows, okay? I could not shake the box or avoid going to confinement every few months, That's just because whether I knew it at the time or not, the stress was getting the best of me. Now, of course, you could do things when you're locked up to stay from getting that stressed. But at the end of the day, no matter what you do, what tactic you go with, or how you decide to, keep your mind off of your time, you're still gonna find it hard to escape the things that, are gonna lead from you being stressed, So a lot of things that you would want to do is keep yourself busy for the most part, Everybody will tell you, once you go to prison, you get that job they give you, whether it's the kitchen, whether it's cutting grass inside grounds or outside grounds, whether you work in medical, whether you work in education, help other people get their, their diplomas, or no matter what it is, it sucks that you got to do that because you're not getting paid. But at the same time, those things are supposed to help you not, think and dwell on how much time you actually have, because there's people in prison that got more time than they done lived. You understand? I'm talking football numbers, you see? So when you look at it, it's like, damn, the less you think about it, the less stressed you actually be. When you're locked up and you're calling home and they're telling you what they got going on the streets, whether it's good things you're missing or there's bad things happening in your family line right now, or happen with some friends on the streets or your neighborhood, the stress, it will build up because you can't do nothing for them. You understand? You can't help them with what they got going on. Or if they're celebrating, you can't be there to show, the celebration with them, And besides working and trying to keep your mind, occupied to where you don't think at the time, there's other things you can do. Working out, okay? A lot of people in prison, they work out to keep their mind off of the time. And they get big as hell. They swell up, get all bulky and big from working out in there. They're more focused on that. That is the way that a lot of people do their time without stressing. You feel me? That's how they cope with their time. So you're going to come across people inside of prison that have different ways of how they do their time. You see, some people get in trouble, some people don't get in trouble. Some people like to work in the kitchen, some people don't like to work in the kitchen. It all just depends, what it is that how they do their time. You feel me? And working out is an awesome way to try to relieve stress and keep your mind off the time you're actually doing. You feel me? Besides working out, reading books. Me personally, I loved reading books. And it's crazy hearing it from me, because me growing up, I wasn't much of a book reader. I read perfect, like when I was little in school and the teacher would make us read a paragraph of the story out loud, I was, fire at it. I knew how to read. I read very well, but I never took the time to sit back and actually read a book
until I found myself at a young age in the juvenile program, and then in the detention center, and then in the county jail. And then after a while, I got a couple books under my wing that I done read, and then going to prison. When you're just sitting back and you're looking around and everybody's doing something they should not do. Before you know it, you start seeing these people vanish little by little. Some go home, some get transferred, some go to confinement, some get stabbed up and get airlifted. And you just sit back and observe. You realize, damn, they're here now. They won't be in a couple days. That's just how it is with the rotations. Me, I used to sit back with a book and I'd read my book and try to stay out of the shit that other people got going on, you know. But then there's times where, you know, I couldn't just sit there and read a book. You know, I had to, you know, partake in different activities, you feel me? But reading a book, going to the library, giving me something to look at, something different, always helped me when I was stressing. And it's actually good for you, believe it or not. There's actual health benefits, you know, mind-wise, if you read a couple pages a day, you know, believe it or not. And I used to do that to keep my mind off of being stressful, you know. And because when you get stressful when you're locked up, what do? You start stressing out the people that's around you. All you do is complain. And then you really start stressing out and, you know, arguing with the people that you do have on the outside. You feel me? Another thing I like to do besides reading books was crosswords. You know what I'm saying? I used to get crossword books, and then I learned how to do the Sudoku or whatever, however it's pronounced, with the little cube with the numbers. I learned how to play that shit. You know, like, these are things that you can do to keep your mind occupied to where you're not thinking that much. Okay? Because don't get me wrong, when you're in the county jail and you're facing prison, everybody's stressing because nobody knows what they're getting. You know, nobody knows how much time they're getting. They just know what they're looking at. So a lot of people are fighting over the phones. A lot of people are arguing. A lot of people just got a chip on their shoulder, you know, because low key they're nervous and worried about what's going to happen. You feel me? But once you get sent to prison, a lot of that stress should be taken off. Unless you got like football numbers, then it's like, damn. You know, but at the same time, you just got to keep your mind occupied, okay? So those are a couple things that I used to do, you know, and get tattoos. You see what I'm saying? The thing about tattoos, a lot of people want to get those when you're in prison, right? Because, you know, you want proof that you've been to prison. You want that soot in your skin, right? A lot of people also get it because of how cheap they are, you know? Me, personally, the reason I used to get tatted inside of prison isn't for either one of those reasons that I just explained. My reason was kind of different. And the reason that I got tattoos while I was in prison is because I like the pain. I like the way that pain felt. Okay, a lot of people be trying to run from that needle. Not me. It was just something about it, you know. Instead of using a real needle on the streets for tattoos, you got that one single needle that they got to go over constantly, the same spot. And it hurts way more than a street machine, you feel me? But it was just something about it. Me laying there, tuned out with the music, watching me get tatted on my arm, my chest, my stomach, whatever it is. And just the ache of the pain was an addiction feeling, you know. And it was like, as much time as I put in of getting these tattoos, that was guaranteed time that I was not stressing or worrying about what's going on as far as like how much time I have left. What am I gonna do when I get out? What is this female I used to mess with doing out there right now? Why my dogs ain't sent me no pictures, no letters? They're not answering the phone. They ain't putting no bread in my account. You know, these little things that are gonna definitely pop up in your mind were not popping up in my mind when I was getting tattoos done. You see, I was kind of like easing my stress by getting ink slang on me. You see what I'm saying? Now, it's crazy because you're going to still find yourself stressing. You're going to still find it to where anytime you can think about something that you should not be thinking about, it's going to be something stressful. And right here is like a mind-blowing thing that I'm about to tell y'all. What else I used to do when it came to the stress inside of prison, believe it or not, was get in fights. Believe it or not. I used to find myself so stressed out that I would get in a fight with somebody. And it would be to the point to where I'd just be in a bad mood, wake up on the wrong side of the bed, you could say, and before you know it, the stress done built up that I'm so mad that anything somebody does aggravates me. And I wake up to where I'm not taking no shit today. You know, I'm not dealing with any shit. Anything somebody says disrespectful or looks at me sideways, you know, I'm gonna off rip turn into a fight. But it gets even better. I'm not going to even give him the chance to do any of those things. I'm going to insult people. I'm going to try people. I'm going to walk around with a chip on my shoulder. That was my problem when it came to trying to relieve stress if those other things did not work. I would get in a fight with somebody and I'd find myself going to confinement. Like I said, I could not shake the box. I could not shake staying out of trouble. I only lasted so long. Okay, and it was kind of like the same when I was younger. You know, I'd stay out of trouble on the streets when I was younger, and next thing you know, I'd have 1 year where I'd just dive in and out of jail, in and out of jail. You know what I'm saying? As a juvenile, doing good, everything's fine and dandy, and you just dive in and out of the fucking juvenile detention center, in and out of the tent, over and over and over. You feel me? And I did the same thing in prison. I'd be doing good for a little while, next thing you know, box bid, box bid, box bid. Get out the box, oh, let's do it again. Like, you could never see me continuing to grow. You could never see me continuing to make everything worthwhile. Instead, the stress got the best of me, and I could not help it but to just live my bid the worst there possibly could be. I did what I wanted to do, you know, got into it with whoever I wanted to get into it with. I didn't take shit from inmates or the guards. Whoever it was, you know, I didn't always go out of my way to, you know, verbally disrespect them or physically to disrespect somebody, but I was with it, you know, and sometimes I did start it, but a lot of times I didn't. You feel me? A lot more times I would basically have myself in a situation and someone else would start with me. And since I'm stressing, I'm going to go all the way through with the situation. You feel me? Thank you for answering my prayers, because I woke up today stressed and I wanted to bump and put my hands on somebody anyways. You see, that's how it was. And it's crazy that I'm breaking it down like that for y'all, but I want everybody to know when you're locked up and stressed out, fighting and, you know, stuff like that, even though it's bad, it gets the stress away, because now your ass is in confinement. So now you can't even think about what you were stressing about before. Now you got to think about this box bid you got to do. Then you got people that probably want your head, or the homeboys or brothers or the person you fought. Now you don't know if you're going to be plated by that gang or if they're going to come after you. So now you're thinking about that now. So it's like it got rid of the stress of being locked up, but it just added a bunch of new things to stress over. You see? And it was like, since my stress level was this high up already, now I done got in these fights and got in trouble, got put in confinement. Now I'm doing time in the bid box, doing a bid back here, and I'm not getting to eat well. I'm going to lose all this weight and everything. Now, the thing I was stressing over done dropped, because now I'm thinking about these things. But it's best believe now, by the time I get out of the box, that stress done came back up again. You feel me? And then next thing you know, I'll be going on a straight path, right back to confinement again from getting in trouble. So stress kind of like always got the best of me, you know? So I wanted to do the video to let y'all know certain things that I did to try not to stress. You feel me? And I had cell phones. I had females, plenty of females. I had people that dropped money on my account. I had females that would get freaky with me on FaceTime. I had females that would come to Vizzo. I had female guards. I had all the things you could think of. Real street money. I was eating good. Had so much money I had to have things in different people's lockers. Not only just jail money. Had real money on the street stacking up. I had everything you can think of. But the one thing that I did not have was my freedom. You feel me? But the freedom, not being what it should be in my mind, like I should be on the streets right now, built stress. And this is what I did to cope with my time. So to answer everyone's question about it, what to do if they're stressing, if they're locked up, or they got somebody that's locked up right now and they tell them not to stress, my advice isn't to tell them the fighting part, you know, but you could tell them those other few things that I did. But it will only last for so long, because you think about it. No matter where you go, you are going to be stressing. Shit, even when you're on the streets, you stress. Believe it or not, a lot of people can make it inside a prison and feel like it's a whole lot easier in there than it is on the streets, because you ain't got to stress over bills. You ain't got to stress about physical things, you know, like you ain't got to stress about meals. You ain't got to stress about car payments, phone bills, you know, house payments. You ain't got to focus on none of that shit when you're locked up. But on the streets, you do. So a lot of people that can be, you know, going uphill when they're locked up can find themselves on the streets crashing, because now they're stressing, you see? And you'll find some people that stress more on the streets than they do locked up. And that's why they can cope with it so much easier. But then it's vice versa. You have some people that stress more locked up, that know on the streets they can make everything happen how they're supposed to. You feel me? And like I said, just keep your mind busy, stay out of trouble. And I'll never forget, I had a bunkie that was an old man. And this was when I was going through a reception center. And he put it in my head when I first came to prison. He said, "This your first time in prison, right?" And I said, "Yeah." He was like, "Okay, I already knew that." And I said, "Then why'd you ask me?" He was like, "Because I wanted to let you know, turn your ID around. Because normally when you got your ID clamped hanging right here, people can look and see your number in the front. And if you got a 0 before it starts, it's your first time in prison. If it's your second time, it becomes an A. And then it's a third time, it's a B. And then a C, and it goes up. So since I had a 0, he already knew it was my first time in prison. You feel me? And then I looked like I just committed the crime by the buzz cut they gave me and the new outfit I have on. You know, the brand new Crocs that I got on my feet. You could tell that I just came to prison. You feel me? And he was like, "I already knew that. Turn your ID around." He kind of like gave me the game a little bit and told me, "First thing I want to tell you is do not be stressing. Do not be doing your time stressing out." And I was like, "Nah, it is what it is. It's already..." He's like, "You could say that, but you can't, you know, lie to yourself. So you could look at me with lies, but you can't lie to yourself." He was like, "Keep yourself occupied no matter what it is, and try to keep the stress down to a minimum. And there will be times where you'll just be moving too quick and you'll get in trouble. And then you won't realize, but it was because you were stressed out. So the choices you made that led to you getting in trouble was you letting off stress." And I was like looking at him when he was telling me this, and I was like, man, dude thinks he knows me or something. But what he was saying was true, you know? And in my mind, I was thinking like, damn, that sounded like me on the streets. I'd be doing good for a while and then I'd crash out. Like I told y'all, good and then crash out. So what it was is I was stressing. And I shouldn't be stressing. I should just be going with the flow. And it's a whole lot easier. Now in prison, it's hard because you'll have that thing hanging over you, which is the gate to where you know you're stuck in here away from your family right now, that all you can do is stress. You know what I'm saying? And this video is just to kind of like make you look at things to do to stay from getting stressed out. And if you got family members locked up, try the best you can to help them not get stressed out. Because one thing I will tell you, they'll tell you they're all right. And low key, they won't be all right. Because nobody wants their family stressing on the streets about them when they're locked up. So if they're going through something crazy, they're going to tell you they're okay. And then you got the other type of people that might not even really be going through nothing crazy, that they want to tell their family on the streets things to make their family worry, to act like it's going to help them be there for them more, send them money, answer the phone, come to Vizzo. You know, they want you to think it's what it ain't. Both ways. Whether they're really going through it, they're going to tell you they're not. And then whether they're not going through it, they're going to tell you they are. That's just how it goes, you feel me? And through it all, you want to make sure you do the best you can to help them not stress. You feel me? That's why I wanted to drop this video. Y'all drop in the comment section and let me know what y'all have done if you were locked up before to help your stress, you know, go down to a minimum. What helps you stay out of stuff and to where, you know, you don't just blow a gasket. Feel me? See, a lot of places not always have music. Them having the MPs inside of prison go a long way with me, okay? Because I'm the type, if I'm stressing, even if I don't know I'm stressing, I could just be in a bad mood. Or I could be in a good mood, but I'm still got stress going on. That music takes me outside them gates. And it's always been like that with music since I was a little kid. You know what I'm saying? There's certain music that I could tune the world out and literally feel like I have nothing to worry about, you know? And music definitely goes a long ways. But if y'all did something else to cope with your stress, drop it in the comment section. If you're one of the people that was requesting this video, here it is. Y'all make sure y'all drop a comment. Let me know what y'all think. You feel me? And like I said, I ain't encouraging nobody to get no fights or nothing like that. But sometimes that shit did help me get rid of stress. But it only helped me get rid of that stress and take on a whole bunch of more new problems. You feel me? That's how it was. But that's all I got for y'all today, man. I appreciate y'all tuning in. Y'all make sure y'all drop in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. If y'all been somebody locked up and y'all went through the stress phase yourself, let people know. And if you got somebody locked up in there, what do you tell them so they don't stress? How do you try to help them people? People in the comment section would like to know. Thanks for watching. Y'all already know, like I always say, make sure you keep them rats, squares, clowns, chomos, pedos, gunners, wannabe island boys and clout chasers out your circle. And until next time, it's the one and only, I am my team, Frog.
I'm a criminal, I'm a cool nigga, but I got a limit though.
I'm a cool nigga, but I got a limit though, cause I'm a criminal, yeah, I'm a criminal.